This racer crashes and then takes the flag from the marshals and runs onto track unhappy because of the marshals in action.
Well, a few cheers. And what's going on? Kevin Schwantz has taken the marshal's flag.
It's an oil flag. He's saying, get it out. There's oil at Redgate Corner. I've come down.
Incredible scenes there. And look at Schwantz. Schwantz is out on track and saying to the marshals, you've got to show the oil flag.
Reed had just assumed the lead before losing control of his bike and flying upwards of 50 feet through the air. A couple of moments later he was back on the track.
He is fired up here in the number 22. Oh! Reed launches! With first moto, he did that also. And watch, he loses traction. And look at Chad hit. The intensity was too much. Are you kidding me? Chad Reed is back on the motorcycle?
After winning the superbikes, the guys on the podium are not so kind to the girls on stage. Just see for yourself.
Josh Brooks there, giving very unkindly dosing the MCE insurance girls who sensibly got their crash helmets. Oh dear me, they haven't got that crash helmet on the very shaky. Thank you very much. Alex Lowe's in second place there. Samsung Honda very sensibly realising with a...
An unbelievable moment from the Fiat Championships. Luca Carberry crashed in the KZ final, then waiting at the side of the track to launch his car's broken bumper at his rival Paolo Ippolito trying to damage his kart.
Oh, Luca Carberry, what on earth is he doing? I'm sorry, that is absolutely unacceptable.
A tree falls on the track and interrupts the race. The racers has to wait in line for the workers to come to cut the tree in pieces and clear the track.
That's a tree across the road and the track is completely blocked. Now, I've seen kangaroos on the road, I've seen horses, I've seen all sorts of things at Bathurst. It's doing it stopped on Conrod Straight. It's the whole field down.
I've been a huge fan of the wood chopping and chainsawing at the Royal Show over the years, but I never thought I'd see it at Mount Panorama.
A little bit of oil on the track makes the bikers go white, leading to a massive pile-up on lap 1.
This is allowing Joan Mir to close in. Oh, Mir's down! Oh, and so is that! Tree, they're all down! Something must be down on circuit. What's going on here? Absolute carnage! Absolute carnage here! Down at turn number 6 and red flags will be out in just a second.
Yeah, there's oil down there.
Solberg runs wide into a ditch and to the vineyard, finishing his race straight into a telegraph pole.
And that, Julian, is not the way he wanted to start the day. That's a bizarre incident.
That's it, and he comes to a sudden halt against the electric pole, which is fall down.
Oh my word.
It was the last lap of the race and all this racer had to do to win was to nail a simple jump. But when she took her hand off her bike to raise her fist during the jump, she fell to the ground, ate dirt and kissed the gold goodbye.
And take the gold medal in Los Angeles.
That's...
Oh, no! Poked her fist! Oh, she thought she was going to win it, but she opened the door, went down, and Vicky Golden is going to take gold in Los...
I mean, she had a great run in, and she looks like she just started to drop.
This motobiker was leading by 3 bike lengths at the start of the final lap, but slowed down and pumped his fist without realizing he had to finish. His victory evaporated and we witnessed a gaffe for the ages.
Laurentino also just gapping Nacho for the time being. We're on the final lap as he's busy celebrating, and I think, well, either we're miscalculated or he has. No, he's punching the air, he's celebrating, I think, and I think this race is still going on here and he hasn't realised.
Both racers crawl to the finish line after synchronized boomers in their engines in maybe the slowest race in drag racing history.
Fairly similar reaction times. Oh, both gone up. Supercharger off for Lamartina, and it's a crawl.
Oh no!
The Flintstones are on. Crawl, crawl, crawl.
This is the cruelest of ways to bow out of a championship. Oh, that's a massive detonation. We're talking about those Jamie Noonan heads. They might be...
This racer enters his pit stall too fast and ends up hitting a few of his crew members who all get up and finish the pit stop.
Their hand there, Kelly, on how long they can run.
And it sounded like Brad maybe didn't. Oh, and you'd see he's just hit a crew member, so this is a disastrous stop for Brad Keselowski, who went through his pit stall.
Into his pit stall, he's just too fast. hope all these guys are okay.
The leader of the race slows down just right before the finish line with no reasonable explanation, and his opponent overtakes him and wins.
And the checkered flag waiting for him as Bjorn Vernheim comes down towards the checkered flag. In fact, slows by his pit. He slowed too early. There's the checkered flag. I can't believe that. He slowed as he was approaching the checkered flag.
This video was shot at the exact moment when one of the racers nailed his truck in one of the Peruvian dunes. The rescue vehicle is still on the track even after the race is restarted.
There, look, a situation that is not exactly ideal at the start of a race, far from it, because all of a sudden, on the first lap of a race, you find a recovery vehicle, which is the most extraordinary sight at the first lap, but the officials have done their best to get the car out of the way in time, and the race leaders...
Alexis walked away lucky when her engine failed, causing the funny car body to explode into pieces during the race. Drag bike rider collides at almost 200 miles per hour with his fellow competitor and is flung off his bike onto the wheelie bar of his opponent during the drag racing championship finals. Marco Wittmann loses his bonnet as it goes flying off. Even with a red flag shown, a bus driver decides to enter the racing track during a race.
Just when you think you've seen it all.
This F1 racer couldn't win the race and finish in third place, but he won a girl who he picked up with his formula.